Already? Judge? All right, let's begin. 2 minutes on the clock. Okay, so today's resolution says that we say all lives matter, but they don't. We is going to be defined as America. All, as in every. Lives as human being that is functional. And matter, subject of consideration. So my first contention for this resolution is that racism is live and well. So when we talk about racism, we think of all races such as Black, Hispanic, Asian, white, European, anything you could think of that's a race, we're talking about that. So the resolution saying that we say all lives matter, but they don't. Let me prove to you how they do not matter. For some fact that because racism has been live and well, considering that white supremacists has been around for a while and people have tried to dehumanize and create this dysfunctional relationship between different races, has caused people to think that, yes, every human being, deserves life and everyone deserves the same opportunity, but that's different when you talk about racism. For some fact that when we go into a job interview, the first thing they look at is, how we are dressed, how we perceive ourselves. So with that, I go on to my second contention. Black lives only matter in prison. So I focus on Black lives in this particular situation because there has been a lot of issues going through Black Lives Matter protests, and a lot of white people have come to the conclusion that no, Black lives don't matter, but all lives matter. But if that was the case, then why do the prison population consist of nothing but African Americans and Hispanics? If all lives matter, why does the white person who commits rape have a shorter sentence or not a sentence at all compared to the African American or Hispanic who supposedly committed that crime and has no evidence to prove that they did so? And with that, I stand down for cross. Thank you.
All right. Judge ready? Opponent ready?
Yes.
Let's get it started. Okay, so your definition of matter was what again?
Subject of consideration.
And I'm going to go ahead and restate your two contentions. Racism is live and well, and your second one, Black lives only matter in prison.
Yes.
So, only, would you say, meaning singular? Only meaning singular, a singular, speaking to the specific group. Like only Black lives matter in prison.
Well, yes, because they have the high population in prisons.
Okay. With that, I'm going to go ahead and stand down. I have no more questions.
Thank you.
Judge ready? Opponent ready?
Yes.
Awesome. Okay, I'd like to go ahead and start off saying good evening to my judge and my opponent. Thank you guys for both being here. Without you guys, there would be no debate. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and restate the resolution. We say all lives matter, but they don't. And as a negative, I'm going to prove to you that we say all lives matter, but they do. And with that, I'm going to go ahead and refute my opponent's contentions. Her first contention was racism live and well. Well, racism is live and it is well, but racism will always exist. Racism is something that we can never get away from. So just because there are few racist people in the world does not mean that there aren't non-racist people who care about everyone else and who show. And the second contention, Black lives only matter in prison. The contention states that we say all lives matter, but they don't. But my opponent just, in her contention, states that Black lives only matter in prison. So that's giving in a way that Black lives do matter. Or that, yes, Black lives matter. And Black lives is in addition with all lives as well. Now I'm going to go into my two contentions. My first contention is we say it, but do we show it? And I'm going to prove that we show it. That just because we say all lives matter doesn't mean that we don't show it. And the ways that we show it are like the Women's March. All women of all color, and even some men of different sexual orientations were out there. And they're all together for this one cause for women's rights, and women's lives matter. So they're all there for, everyone of color is all there for that one matter. And then, for example, the Muslim ban, or the Muslim ban when Trump shut down basically the airports and the international airways. All America's multiple Americans sat in sat in the airport and protested this law. I'm not going to say law, but for lack of a better word, law, or this decision. So we don't just say all lives matter just to say it. They do. We show them that they do matter by joining in, all of us, for these causes. And then my second contention, all lives matter. All lives matter started from the bottom, and now it's here. All lives matter started from the Black Lives Matter movement, because people felt that all lives didn't matter. So if all lives didn't matter, then that movement wouldn't have started from Black Lives Matter, or from people feeling that only Black Lives matter. That all lives matter wouldn't start it from there. Oh, I want to go ahead and agree with my with the affirmative's definitions of we, all, lives, and matter. And she didn't provide a weighing mechanism, but I'm going to go ahead and provide one for you, if on balance, if that is okay. And with that, I go ahead and stand down for cross-examination.
All right, is my judge ready? My opponent? Alrighty, so I just, 1 minute on the clock. I just want to go ahead and to reevaluate your contentions. You say that number one is we say it, do we show it?
Mm-hmm. But do we show it? Yes.
But do we show it? Okay. And all lives matter started from the bottom by Black Lives Matter, correct?
All lives started from the bottom, now it's here.
Okay, so your point was right.
Supporting, yes.
Alrighty, so that is all. And okay. Alright, go ahead and start 2 minutes on the clock. So I just want to go ahead and point out that my opponent agreed to my first contention, and she said that racism is alive and well. And yes, we cannot get to that. That is the reason why all lives do not matter. Because if racism is alive and well and it's still going on today, as my opponent stated, we wouldn't have racism because all lives matter. Now she points out that, we show it though with these women marches and the Muslim ban, but that is clearly not the case. Just because we show that we dislike what some people have an opinion about does not necessarily mean that all lives matter, because if they did, we wouldn't have to have a women's march. Women would already be acceptable and would matter to the United States as they do in any other country. For Muslims, that is a life. If they mattered, why did the President of the United States put a ban on these lives? If they really mattered, like we say they do, why do we have to put bans and restrictions on women's rights and Muslims when all lives supposedly matter? If they did, we wouldn't have to do that, but they don't. Second contention, all lives matter. They started from the bottom, now we're here. Again, Black Lives Matter is what started this all lives matter. But what my opponent failed to realize that Black Lives Matter is now seen as a terrorist group because of how they portray themselves. So again, we look at image. When you look at someone in an interview, and you first see them, your first impression is how they carry themselves. So if Black Lives Matter is showing that, Black Lives Matter because, racism this, racism that, and we need to stand up to the white man, and they do it in a negative way, like a Malcolm X way rather than a Martin Luther King way, then of course all lives don't matter, because you show me that they don't. You show me that you don't appreciate your own life by putting your own self and your people in harm. So with those contentions, I feel as though they skewed to the affirmative, and this is why you should vote for the affirmative today. Because yeah, we say that they matter, but they don't. We even show it that they don't. And again, all lives started from the bottom, now we're here. Black Lives Matter just proves that all lives don't matter, because some of the fact that we wouldn't have to have a Black Lives Movement to begin with if they mattered. Thank you.
Are we ready?
Yes.
Judge Reagan? All right. With that, let's get started. I'm going to go ahead and start my final speech with thank yous again to my judge and to my opponent. Without you guys vote, there would be no debate. And with that, I'm going to go ahead and my opponent stated that if all lives matter, then there wouldn't be the need for Black Lives Matter movement or All Lives Matter movement or any of these things. But if all lives didn't matter, if without these adversities, without this driving force, without this negativity, then this resolution, there would be no significance for this resolution. Without that adversity, there would be no need to say all lives matter. So due to this adversity, we need this adversity to show us that all lives matter and to show the world, to bring them together and to continue to show it. My first contention, continue to stick together like the Women's March and continue to work together and not just, and make it a better America to where we don't have to show and prove that all lives matter, but we will continue to live all lives matter, or continue to live by the all lives matter statement. And all lives matter started from the bottom. Now it's here, my second contention. All lives matter, it did come from Black Lives Matter movement, and the fact that it's a terrorist movement or anything, it really doesn't have anything to do with my case, but it resulted from this singular movement, this singular Black people movement, this singular race movement, to focus on all lives matter. So I want to reiterate that if without that adversity or without that prompt for the Black Lives Matter movement, then the all lives matter, then all lives matter movement wouldn't have resulted. So we wouldn't have this battle to, we wouldn't have to continue to show, or we wouldn't have to continue to say that all lives matter, but we will just continue to show it. Yes. With that, hopefully, not supposed to say that. Thank you, judge, and thank you, opponents. I'm going to go ahead and close my case, and with that, I hope you vote for the negative today.
All right, is my judge ready for my last speech? And my opponent ready?
Yes. You got 1 minute.
Alrighty, so 1 minute on the clock. I just want to go ahead and thank you, Judge, for being here. Opponent, that was a great case. I'm glad we had the discussion, and we wouldn't be here without all of us discussing this today. So I just want to go ahead and reiterate that we say all lives matter, but they don't, and let me tell you why. Racism is live and well. If all lives did matter, we wouldn't have a discussion on whether or not one race is better than the other. And I say that Black Lives Matter only in prison because we have grown since the 1970s. The population of African Americans in prison has grown tremendously over the years. I believe over 1 million, over 100,000 Black African Americans have been in prison. And my opponent constantly says, well, we show it, by these women's marches and the Muslim ban. And people are protesting it. But again, if all lives matter, and as we say they do, why do we have to go through the constant battle of having to protest other people's rights? Women need rights. Men, we are equal. We have the freedom to practice religions, all this stuff, all these different things. But if they really did matter, we wouldn't have to go through that. People already know that all lives matter because they do. But clearly they don't. Because we have to go through this constant battle of trying to educate people on why lives matter. If we constantly have to go through this battle and the media constantly has to show what kind of destruction and chaos happens after protesting a certain situation, again, like that, the President of the United States banned a particular life from entering the United States. If they really did matter, if all lives mattered, we wouldn't have done that. And with that, I say that all lives do not matter. Thank you.